Out of all the people that I spoke to, nothing. I've gotten not a single lead on Miranda or my daughter. I spoke to people that I never thought that I would be in the same room with. I had to swallow my pride and ask for help, and nothing. I don't know if it's too soon or what. But every minute that passes that I don't have my daughter, I feel like I'm going crazy.
I'm sorry it's not going good for you. I'm really sorry about that. You know, I left Miranda a voicemail, even.
You left her a voicemail? You know, on any other given day, I'd probably be mad about that. But if she happens to call you back, give you information or something, thank you. I really don't care. Can I ask why you did that though?
I left her a voicemail because, like, I don't know if she thinks I'm a pushover, I'm like super nice and I'm not going to speak up, but you're my boyfriend and what she's doing is horrible and it shouldn't go unchecked. And I feel like how many people in her life right now are telling her what she's doing is wrong? Probably no one. Probably everyone's just telling her, oh my god, go do it. Go, you know, this is the right move for you. You know, but she hurt someone. She hurt someone who was a really good dad.
Thank you for caring about me. Thank you for going above and beyond and trying to help my situation. I mean that. But what's that line? You keep doing the same thing over and over and over. That's the definition of insanity. So I've got to change up my strategy here. I've already spoken to everyone. I've got tracked down false leads. I got to change it up.
What do you mean by change it up? What are you going to do?
I think that I'm just going to have to start traveling around. I think that I'm going to have to narrow it down to places that maybe Miranda liked or maybe Nanny Agatha has attachments to. I don't know. But I'm going to search this whole country because I don't feel like she's out of the country.
She's just going to up and leave? Just start a voyage across the United States to find someone that you shouldn't be out looking. You should be contacting family court and not going out on a maiden voyage. You know what I mean? This isn't America's Most Wanted. You're not a vigilante.
Well, I mean, you'd still be here while I get back, right?
You know, we're in a new relationship. Everything's new. It's supposed to be like, I know you've gone through things, but it's supposed to be like fun, romantic. We're discovering things about one another, and you going on a voyage, it's kind of unfair to me. And now you're going to go traveling. And when are you coming back? Do you find her? What if you never find her?
Well, I was going to wait for you, no problem, with your internship in California. Hell, I was even going to go with you.
Okay, but I'm not trying to be difficult, but that totally different situation, set of like, I was already doing that when you met me. And that's an academic thing. There is no guarantee that you will find Miranda. There is no, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I hope you do find her, but still, it's a big country. There's a lot of places to go. And what if you're wrong? What if she did fly out of the country or something like that? You don't know what Nanny Agatha's resources are like. I'm just saying, like, it just seems a little impulsive and not a good plan.
So you really making a big deal out of me wanting to use my personal time at work to travel the country and try to find my daughter? Is that what I'm hearing?
I just don't understand what the plan here is. Are you going to remember the things that she loved to go to, like, Central Park? And, okay, let me go travel to Central Park, see if she's on the bench. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know how you're going to execute trying to find her. You know, you're a mechanic, a great mechanic, and you're good at your job, but you're not a detective.
I don't know the logistics of it yet. No, I'm not going to do that, and I would plan it out. I would have information to go off of. It's just an idea. I got to do something.
Right, well, all I'm saying is, if you go on this maiden voyage and this journey, I don't know if I'm going to be here when you get back. I'm sorry. It's just not fair to me.
Well, it's not written in stone. I'm not decided yet, but it hurts that you would say that. after all the support that I gave you. I was going to leave my daughter to go to California with you permanently.
Yeah, but if you had said you weren't comfortable with it or something, I wouldn't have like held you to it. I would have understood if you walked. And you just shot yourself in the foot by saying that you left your daughter. If you left her once for the military, you left her again to go to California. What's the big deal about her being taken right now? I don't mean that in the harsh way that you may take it, but you know what I'm saying.
That's one way to look at it. You know what, though? My uncle wanted to talk to me about something. So I don't really, I don't want to argue with you, babe. I love you. And, I hope you don't mean what you say. That if you're not going to be here when I get back, if I leave. Because, the odds are I'm leaving. What do you want to talk to me about, Uncle? I really don't have the time. Every minute that I spend breathing, I'm trying to find my daughter. When you took your paternity test regarding Charlotte, how sure are you that the results were accurate? Don't go there. I spoke to Sal, and he told me about the little comment that was left by one of the viewers. We're not making assumptions and being reactive to what people say about me and my family online. I took a DNA test, a paternity test, from a very respectable clinic, and I did reviews and everything, and I had a nice episode with Miranda where we wrapped up that paternity test stuff. We don't have to travel back to January 2023 or 2024. Yeah, 2024. We don't have to go back there. Look, I'm not an impulsive, reactive person whatsoever. But it did get me thinking, that comment. It's right. It's a big oversight for many people. She could have been working in the shadows. She runs everything medical in this town, or at least she did until she gave it to her daughter. Why is it so crazy? So what? Because Nanny Agatha was overseeing 100% of the medical crap in this town. You think that she took time out of her day to fiddle with my DNA test results for what? To avoid having her grandson, the father of a woman who she's not even related to. Like, I don't see her manipulating that. She didn't even like me. So you got the results from the clinic, and that's it. That's where your certainty lies, is in those results. But this woman could have had her people manipulate things. And that's how certain you are. You're not certain. I am certain. Because the place I went to was reputable. And I really don't think that if she dug her claws into my DNA test results, someone would have figured that out. How much power do you think she has where she can just manipulate people's results? I saw the comment and they said, oh, Nanny Agatha owns everything. There are still people, human beings, that work in clinics, low-level people, who would hear something or report it back or be a whistleblower. You have to think logically, Uncle. Look, I don't want to badger you about any of this. It could honestly work in my favor. That if Miranda's family, who have always been at odds with us throughout time, if they somehow manipulated your DNA test results and tricked you into thinking you were a father of a baby that's not yours, paints us as the victims, people would feel bad for us. And it would also show people how we could overcome. But that's only if people see it that way. People could also look at it as we're lying, and we deceived them, or we're jokes. You see how tricky that could be for a business that I have built from the ground up and taken care of for my whole life. Okay, well, I understand you're concerned about your image for the 50 millionth time, but I really doubt, I certainly doubt that there's anything to worry about in terms of who the actual father is. That is my daughter. She looks like me. I saw her be born in the delivery room, and I don't know. I just know that the place that I took the test at, there was nothing to worry about. If I had a hint of worry, I would have questioned it back then. But there was nothing to question back then. Really. The most important thing right now is finding my daughter. Yeah. If she's yours. Don't do that. No, if she's mine. We dropped that today. Stop reading comments. Stop being influenced and paranoid. I have tried to turn Charlotte Montgomery into a miracle baby, and I have tried to make her work in my favor. But every morning I wake up to something new, and a new fear that could bring down everything I worked for. You tell me to stop being paranoid. Stop looking for this baby. Let her go. She brings more trouble to this family than needed. I was making money off her, and now I'm losing money off her. There's no winning. Move on.